Hello, welcome to my channel. This is Tiger Lilith Tarot. Thank you so much for being here. This is going to be a partial solar eclipse new moon reading for Aries placements. Hello, Aries. Welcome, cross watchers. I welcome all of your energy and thank you for sharing it with me. I'm going to talk a little bit about what's going on with the astrology here. If you're not interested, just flip through the first few minutes and go right to the reading. But Aries, especially for you, this eclipse is a big deal because it's ending out a 2-year cycle of eclipses that have been in your sign and your sister sign of Libra. So we're ending out a 2-year cycle. So this is the end. And it's ending with this solar eclipse March 29th in Aries season, and the new moon is in your constellation during this solar eclipse. So just a few years so we're ending a 2-year cycle that started April 20th of 2023. Right, so it's kind of like, think back what was going on April 20th 2023 up until now. And this is specifically has to do with your relationships, your autonomy, right? The sign of Aries, your independence, your autonomy, versus the sign of Libra, sign of relationships, community, diplomacy, working with others. So few things, right? A solar eclipse is it's the last chapter. So the ending is always kind of exciting, right? So this solar eclipses in general are turning points. And it's where we have a new perspective on things. They fast track change in shocking and unexpected ways. So this ending, solar eclipses, they kind of speed up time. So if there's an ending, you might not quite be ready for this ending, Aries, but if there's something that's not for your greater good that needs to end, the universe is going to shut the door on that for you. And it's for your greater good always. But that's why it could be shocking and unexpected, because you might not quite be ready for this ending, but the universe is saying it's time. And these shifts aren't casual because eclipses are said to be driven by fate, destiny, and karma. So this is, right, this is about, and this is again in particular important for you because it has been on at the Aries Libra axis. So we are going to pull a few oracle cards here to get some general energy, and then I'm going to go in with the tarot. We'll clarify with the tarot, and then we'll end with some advice and inspiration cards from this new deck that I have. I actually just used this for the first time on your bonus birthday reading. It's the first time I've ever even opened it up, and I'm using it again in this reading because I think I'm going to like it. All right, Aries, you're Mars ruled. So this eclipse is about forging ahead. Expect bold decisions, sudden realizations, and irreversible shifts. And those are the areas we're going to be pulling for mostly. So this first area we're going to look at is, what is this exciting ending coming for Aries? What's this exciting ending that you might not be ready for? Healing. Oh, not quite ready to heal all the way, Aries. Well, universe is forcing you. They might, if you've been this has been a common theme in Aries readings. You guys are going, and not taking time out. So your exciting ending, whether you're ready for it or not, is I feel like the ending is it's not the end of healing. I think it's the end of you healing others and paying attention to healing yourself. And that's the exciting ending, is that you're going to actually have time to do it, whether you're ready to or not. I think that, or realizing that you have been doing some healing all along for yourself. Let's see. The second placement we have, where have you been playing it small? With Aries, you don't like to play it small. Right? Very bold sign, fire sign. I like it. I appreciate it. I too am a fire sign. Whereas Aries been playing it small. Women supporting women. Interesting. Support. So again, this is the end of a chapter when it comes to kind of a me, Aries energy, versus a we, Libra energy. Where do you find the balance in your autonomy and your community? Right? How do you keep your independence while still being part of a whole, well, so being part of a collective. So here we have, where have you been playing it small? Women supporting women. So maybe you're playing it small in the role that you've been taking on. Maybe you haven't been taking on as much responsibility as you would have in the past. And so it's time to step up in that area. But I feel like you've been supporting a lot of people. I mean, that, again, it's been coming through in your readings, and it came through in your birthday reading. So we'll see when we pull the tarot what exactly that is. What new path are you ready to step into? What new path is Aries ready to step into? Union. Okay. So, we're going to pull a card for what the karmic lesson was this past 2 years. I feel like it's been a really big lesson in how to come together with others for you, Aries, in a big way. Yeah. What energies to work with over the next 6 months? Because we have our next solar eclipse, a new cycle, that's September 7th, I believe. Right? What energy to work with over the next 6 months? Listening, being very receptive, being curious. Feel like there's a lot you can learn by just, paying attention to what others are saying and really having an open ear. It's kind of that energy of not waiting for for someone else to stop talking before, like just really paying attention, being very observant, I feel too, and very curious. And the karmic lesson of the past 2 years for Aries: forgiveness. Hurt blocks our light. So over the past 2 years, you could have found yourself perhaps in unions, relationships, forgiving people. That was your lesson, is not everyone's perfect all the time. Not everyone's going to behave the way you want them to all the time. So learning how to forgive other people for their shortcomings, and forgiving yourself also. Forgiveness, it starts with yourself. So the big karmic lesson of the past 2 years is learning, I feel like, how to be gentler and how to forgive yourself for any regrets that you might have had. All right, Aries, let's see here. What deck to use? I took so many out here. Use the traditional Rider-Waite to lead us off. All right. For Aries, this healing. What is this exciting ending? Some of you have healed something, like a wound is healed, either physically or metaphorically speaking. You have been working on healing, right? So what is this exciting ending? Whether Aries is ready or not, what is this healing? What is this? That was quick. The Hangman. Waiting around, gaining a new perspective. I feel like some of you have healed your heart. There was something that was weighing very heavy on your heart. And the exciting ending is that, yes, it was painful, but you've gained some new perspective, some new enlightenment, because of the sacrifices that you've made over the past 2 years as well. Again, this isn't about just healing yourself. I think it's about you healing others as well. Yeah, you've been patient. Your exciting ending is that waiting patiently the Hangman, the Seven of Pentacles, the Four of Cups. This is a lot of waiting around energy, waiting for something to happen. So the exciting ending, I think, is that the waiting period is over. Waiting for what? I'm not sure. We will get more information with another deck in a moment. But let's see here. Where has Aries been playing it small? These cards are coming out quick. Knight of Cups. I feel like, okay, I feel like you've been tempering yourself down when it comes to showing your love, like expressing your love, your emotions. Like you've had to, for some reason, you're like, not today. Like you haven't been as vulnerable with people. I think you've been playing it small when it comes to your own emotions. And again, I feel like you've been absorbing a lot of other people's emotions, and that could be why. At this Knight of Cups, you've been playing it small with your own creations too. If you're an artist, if you're a creator, you've been holding yourself back. So So it's saying that's an area where you can step it up. Don't be afraid to take up space, Aries. And, it's going to make, maybe if you're like, oh, but it's going to make other people uncomfortable. Maybe, maybe not. Won't know if you don't try. What new path are you ready to step into? Union. Union. Nine of Swords. What is it with this card and you, Aries? The Nine of Swords. You're ready to step into a path of union, but you're also scared. But I think you're going to push past the fear. We'll see where this fear is coming from and how to push back from it. Yeah, this has to do with your emotions and your vulnerability. We have the Queen of Cups down here, the Knight of Cups here. The Queen of Cups can sometimes be a people pleaser, wanting to please everyone, be there for everyone. What new path are you ready to step into? Unions, I feel, that are better suited for you, that aren't everyone, right? More specific, more discerning unions. But this is causing you some anxiety, and I think that's because that means you're going to have to leave some unions behind, because you're being guided to grow and expand and deepen unions. Yeah. Grow and expand, that doesn't mean unite with more people. It means grow and expand in the unions you already have. Right? Listening. What energy to work with the next 6 months? Listening. I feel like maybe even listening to your spirit guide. 5 of Cups. Something about your past has answers for you with this 5 of Cups coming out with listening. Yeah, the Hermit. Deep soul searching energy. You'll notice these two gentlemen are almost very similar. They're both like cloak, they're right, black cloak, gray cloak. Lots of there's a lot of introspection happening. 5 of Cups is typically mourning and grieving, but I feel for here, you're looking back at the past. What energy to work with? He's looking at the past, at what didn't work. He's not looking at what does still work. So I feel like what energy to work with over the next 6 months is not to get bitter about the past, but to look at it seriously, to mourn and grieve what didn't work, and then realize that you still have blessings in your life. I was getting a sense before this card came out, listening. I feel like it's almost not so much listening to other people as listening to the universe, listening to your guardian angels, listening to spirit and ancestors, getting advice from those that have passed on. Yeah, and with the Hermit at the bottom of the deck, this is about you soul searching, looking for answers the next 6 months. I feel like it's going to aid in that healing thing too. At the beginning, your karmic lesson over the past 2 years: forgiveness of forgiveness. Always reminds me of that Don Henley song. I don't think it's called Forgiveness though, but there's a Don Henley song that has that word in it a lot. Okay, we have the 6 of Swords coming out with the forgiveness card. Transitioning away from, right? I feel like, again, hurt blocks our light. Forgiveness doesn't mean forgetting. I feel like your past 2 years was a lesson in transitioning away from what you... The lesson over the past 2 years is that you don't want a tumultuous life that's going in every which way direction all the time. That there is peace and tranquility to be had, and that you can find it. So the past 2 years, I feel you pretty much transitioned away, or the karmic lesson here was to transition away from what's going to cause hurt and chaos and confusion in your life, and transitioning to stability. And listening to mentors. I feel like mentors played a big part in your life the past 2 years in particular. Listening to those older, wiser, more mature than you, or just those that are, that just know more about a certain field than you do. I feel like you I feel like there was a kind of fear, you could have even walked up to someone and be like, hey, can you mentor me? Can I study under you regarding, uh, you know, I don't know, uh, golf? Maybe you knew nothing about golf. You really wanted to learn about golf, and you knew someone who had a friend that was really good at golf, and so you're like, "Hey, can you teach me?" That has nothing to do with choppy waters or anything. It's just example of letting someone else guide you, letting someone else that knows better in a certain area guide you. I feel like you did that. Six of Cups at the bottom of the deck, reminiscing, very sweet energy. Okay, we're gonna clarify. What are we going to clarify with? This one. The Light Seers deck. The Light Seers deck. Okay. Let's see here. What's going on? What's going on? And new moons are usually great for intention setting and manifesting. But when it comes with a solar eclipse, it's kind of best to just work with the energy the universe has. Self-reflect and observe what's going on around you. What's meant for you will find you. I just let the universe work and do its thing. Let's take a look at this Hangman, the exciting ending. Healing with the Hanged Man. Some of you could literally be getting out of the hospital or be coming out of some sort of like a painful surgery or operation or something. You could have even just been worn down with that Hangman there because you made a lot of sacrifices. Okay, we have the Page of Swords coming out. Anything else? The Hangman. What is this exciting ending for Aries that they might not quite be ready for? But some of you have been hibernating and you're not ready to go out and interact with people. Page of Swords, Ace of Cups. What is this exciting ending? Again, pages are in research mode. Pages are not moving. They're pretty much like the students there. Knights are moving. Knight of Cups isn't moving very quickly, but he's moving forward. So again, with this kind of stagnation energy, this sitting around and waiting for something is going to be ending. And some of you were sitting around and waiting for love, some sort of emotional fulfillment to come in. You were waiting because the Ace of Cups is also symbolically, it's the Holy Grail. The path to enlightenment begins. This is the in historic religious contexts, Ace of Cups, the Holy Grail, the Fool's Journey. This is the Holy Grail part of it, where he's finding his path. So I feel like you know the path, especially with the Knight of Cups coming out under where you've been playing it small. You've been holding back. Yeah, you've been holding back when it comes to being, to your own emotions and vulnerability. And your own emotional intelligence. I don't think you've been showing people how emotionally intelligent you really are. Yeah, look at that. We have another page at the bottom, and it happens to be the Page of Cups. And cups, our intuition, our emotions. Okay. And this Ace of Cups in particular is right in the heart space. Some of you have been healing your heart from a heartbreak. And you're not ready. You're like, no, I'm not ready to put myself out there yet. I'm not ready to put myself out there yet. Well, again, this is an ending that whether you're ready for it or not, the universe is going to show it to you. They're like, no, this is the end of it. You've been making yourself small and holding yourself back. And I think there's a fear of vulnerability here, a fear of getting hurt, a fear of putting yourself out there. For those of you that are single and you've been recovering from the heartbreak of a relationship, spirit is saying you're healed. You're ready to love again. Especially with this forgiveness card as your karmic lesson the past 2 years. You're ready, Aries. Yeah. Yep. So, and I feel like some of you have been trying to logic out love with that Page of Swords coming up. You've been researching it. Some of you, I almost feel like researching. You're like, how how to meet someone? Like, what's a good pickup line? Like when you just got to be yourself, right? And when it comes to you, the Ace of Cups, your own emotions, it's the end of you holding them back. So where you've been playing it small, yeah, your emotions here, your vulnerability, whoa, your creations, okay. We have the Three of Pentacles, which is a card of working with people, just like that women supporting women card. And we have the Seven of Swords. Okay, so you haven't been putting yourself out there as much because there's a fear of you being deceived. There's a fear of that someone's going to be shady. But, you know, you can't, I mean, if you wait around for the right moment to do something, a lot of times, like I say, you might not ever do it. The right moment is when you say it's the right moment. Yeah. So where you've been playing it small is you've been holding yourself back from really uniting with others that are like-minded and that you can work with, because there's this fear that there's someone deceptive like in the midst. I'm going to get one more. I have one more for the Seven of Swords. Is this person there, or is this a fear? Is there someone deceptive? Because if you know it, the King of Swords was at the bottom of the deck. And again, Aries, with you, I feel like if you know it, you should say, or you're just afraid of being emotionally vulnerable with someone that's like gonna take, like there's an energy vampire around. Two of Pentacles. Someone, the Seven of Swords, someone that makes you juggle, multitasking. I feel like there might be multiple groups that you're involved in, and in one of these groups, there is someone that you do not trust, and therefore you haven't been opening yourself up as much vulnerably. You've been playing it small. You've been holding yourself back. You've been holding your emotions back and your feelings back. Yeah, the Four of Cups at the bottom of the deck. There's something you're choosing not to look at because, yeah, you're suspicious of something here. Aries, that's interesting. That's why you're playing it small. So, okay, then what I would say here is that in the groups that you do feel comfortable with, don't hold yourself back. But if if there's someone, I see you suspicious of someone in a group, it could be a friend group or work environment, and this is someone that really, it's like they want you to make a decision. They want you to be multitasking. This is someone that like demands a lot from you. I feel, if you don't know, because you're like, I don't know, I get a weird vibe in this group, but I don't know who it is. It could be a Capricorn in particular, someone that demands a lot from you, someone that expects you to multitask, and kind of keeps you off balance emotionally too. Yeah. And physically, honestly, this person could like just kind of knock you off balance, like not like push you over, but I don't know. It's like someone that wants to see you. If that fits a description of someone, that's the person that is shady. Okay. What new we have, but it's making that emotional vulnerability thing, Aries. What is this Nine of Swords? Like, I don't want to say. I think that's the Lover's card. I'm not even kidding. Which is the divine aligned guided union path. Yeah, of course it's the Lover's card. Of course it is, Aries. Here, this is what I'm talking about. This is what is waiting for you. This is the new path that the universe, that spirit is saying you are ready to step into this. You're ready. So don't hold yourself back. Yeah, the Knight of Wands. Go after it boldly. Take it. It's here. It's here for you. This is, and the Queen of Wands below that. Are you kidding me? That's your energy right there. Yeah. This is your time. You've learned the lessons. You've learned how to forgive. You're ready to love again. You're ready to love yourself again, others again, except for whoever this shady mofo is. And then the new path you're stepping into, deepening the unions that light up your crown chakra in particular. For some of you, these unions, a lotus flower could be important. Or someone has an animal named Lotus. Like, I don't know. Um, but yeah, the lovers, your divinely aligned path. Okay? Aries. Now let's take a look at this listening with the Five of Cups. What energy to work with over the next 6 months? What energy, Aries, work with over the next 6 months till that new eclipse? Energy for Aries to work with over the next 6 months. Whoa. Eight of Pentacles with the Five of Cups. And the Sun. Okay, wow. Eight of Pentacles and the Sun. The Sun and the Five of Cups could not be more different energy here. Really. I mean, this is brightness and optimism and light and joy and opportunities. And this is mourning and loss and grief and bitterness. Like the really opposite energies. So, and in this deck in particular, the Eight of Pentacles is a very bright, color-wise, really bright card. So what energy to work with over the next 6 months? Listening, I feel like listening to your past, whatever that means to you, and focusing on one task, focusing on mastering one particular task or skill, hobby, talent that you have. That's what to work with. Just being quiet, being in your own energy, I feel like, is the what to work with over the next 6 months, and remaining optimistic even in the face of, even when there's sadness, remaining in an optimistic state of mind, remaining like the thought of like the universe is here to help me. I am ready to receive the gifts of the universe. Like, keep open, ready to receive what the universe wants to give you. A new opportunity. The Eight of Swords at the bottom of the deck. The Eight of Wands and the Eight of Cups. Wow, 3 eights. That's interesting. Eights I call magic and motion cards. Yeah, just don't get trapped in your mind, Aries. Don't keep moving. With the Eight of Wands right under there. Just keep moving forward, right? Walking, keep moving forward. That's what this eclipse is about, right? And that's what Aries is about, forging ahead. This is the end of a chapter so that you can start a brand new chapter. This chapter, where you're listening to your past. I feel like you're going to be inspired by something you look to the past about. You could be even looking through, right, these creative projects here with this Knight of Cups. You could look through creative projects. Let's say you're a musician. And like, oh my God, I wrote this song 10 years ago. I never put music to it. This is beautiful. I want to put music to it. And in 6 months, you're like ready to produce an album. Really concentrating and focusing on one thing. It doesn't have to be one thing for 6 months, but one thing at a time, right? Not multitasking. Because remember, this Two of Pentacles energy is multitasking, and that's what this deceptive energy wants to keep you in. Whoever that deceptive energy is. Okay, let's see. Your karmic lesson of the past 2 years. Is this Six of Wands? Well, Six of Wands, or not Six of Wands, I'm sorry, that's the Six of Swords. Six of Swords, I mean. It'd be funny if the Six of Wands came out, though, wouldn't it? All right, the Page of Cups and the Queen of Pentacles. Yes, 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 yes. This is really nice growth. Page of Cups, Queen of Pentacles. Your karmic lessons of the past 2 years. I feel like you transitioned away from this. The Page of Cups is a very sweet energy, but it's wishy-washy. It's not really quite sure what it wants. It's very daydreamy. To this. Solid. Discerning. Not letting just anyone in. Realizing that having some guidelines, boundaries, setting boundaries. You're like, no, actually, I don't want this kind of daydreamy, this energy that doesn't even know where the hell it wants to go. I know where I want to go, And those are I'm going to allow people in my space, in my environment, in my life that also know where they want to go. It's like you got rid of distractions is what happened. You realized what was a distraction and what was actually there to help and support you. That is your karmic lesson from the past from April 20th of 2023 to now, is learning who the fools are and who the real ones are. Who's going to be there long term also. This is about commitment and longevity and not here 1 minute, gone the next kind of energy. Yeah, the Knight of Pentacles, slow moving but committed. Committed to seeing things through to the end. Long-term goals and commitments, right? Not just something short. Yeah, Temperance, doing a lot of healing. It feels, actually, I think it feels healing for you to slow down, right? And I know I said this, you're getting out of this stagnation, but getting out of stagnation doesn't mean going from 0 to 100, right? I think, and because you're an Aries, I get it, fire sign, you got a lot of energy, but you're learning where to put it and how to be more focused and specific with all that energy that you naturally have. All right, Aries, we are going to go ahead and end with a few of these spiritual as fuck advice cards, inspiration cards. All right, I'm liking these cards a lot. I really hope you've liked this reading so far. I hope I've offered something that is useful, something that you can take away from this reading, right? This is, again, for the next 6 months. So I think it's September 7th that the next solar eclipse is happening. Or the 9th. And then there's another eclipse September 21st. Anyway, a few advice cards here. And then we'll be done with that. Let's see. Some advice and inspiration for my fiery Aries. Advice, inspiration for Aries, please, Spirit. Think twice before you give a fuck. I'm glad I got these cards. First I was like, oh, I don't know. Maybe they're a little much. But then I went, fuck it. I got them anyway. Think twice before you give a fuck. Where is this going to go? I feel like that kind of goes here. In this healing energy. So it's about you. Vibrate so high that toxic people fall back because they no longer know how to approach you. Yes. That's what I was talking about right here. Right? Knowing who is for you and who is not. And I'm not necessarily saying that this Page of Cups energy was toxic. I'm just saying you're not vibrating on that level. And that's not what I'm seeing that's not what you're wanting. You have grown. That was the lesson. You are a product of what you believe. You are a product of what you believe. That feels like going over here with that listening energy. And then we have stay away from people who make you feel like you're hard to love. Yes. Stay away from people who make you feel like you're hard to love. I feel like that is applicable to both of these energies, especially with this union one. People that make you feel that you're hard to love, that's what's going to cause this anxiety, trying to come into union with people like that, right? When really it's the lovers. It's these people that are already on your divinely guided path. Those are the people that you want to deepen your unions with. Right, Aries? That's what I have for you. I offer personal readings. If you're interested, my email address is in the description box below. Like and subscribe if you feel so inclined. And take care of yourselves. I'll see you in the next reading.